Good evening from Tel Aviv. Israel this morning woke up to the news that a missile had been fired on Eilat in the middle of the night last night. Luckily, the missile was intercepted by the Iron Dome anti-missile attachment that's been placed outside of Eilat. The attack, which unfortunately is probably the first of a number of attacks that may occur in the coming months and hopefully not years, it resulted from the fact that there are so many Islamic militants now in Sinai. It's become a no man's land, and despite the best efforts by the new Egyptian government to try to gain control, it's very, very difficult. The land is full of weapons and full of various groups, each one more extreme than the other, semi-affiliated with Al-Queda. It's not clear what's going to happen in the coming months in the Sinai, but there's a great fear in the Israeli military establishment that it could turn into another Afghanistan, where the Egyptian military is not going to gain control, and Israel will be worried at all given times about some crazy Al-Qaeda affiliate trying to shoot missiles at Eilat or other parts of the country. In any case, it turns out that the Egyptian border is now our most dangerous border. So it's something to be worried about, something to be concerned about, but of course it's not an existential threat to the country. While this was going on this evening, as I'm speaking at the moment, the prisoner release is taking place. The first Palestinian prisoners are being driven, just as we speak right now, to the West Bank and to the Gaza. It's being done in the middle of the night, so the Palestinians don't get any great pictures. Israel's doing all it can to sort of limit the expectations. As a result, tomorrow's meeting between Israel and the Palestinians, their first peace talk meeting in Jerusalem, is taking place in an undisclosed location, because the Palestinians demanded that if Israel is not allowing them to have pictures of the prisoner release, they're not going to allow the pictures to be taken of the first meeting. Not the most auspicious beginning, but we'll see what happens in the coming couple of days and weeks and months and hopefully the year. Finally tonight, a very strange story. I guess it's not all that strange when we think about it, from Beit Shemesh, the location of all the clashes in the last year or two between Haredim and non-Haredim. This has been clashes going on for the last 2 days in the area of building a new Haredi neighborhood. And there have been clashes going on by Haredim who are claiming that the building is taking place over some potential Jewish cemeteries or Jewish burial caves, to be exact. Now, when you first hear the story, you just think about crazy right-wing and extreme Haredim worrying about the Jewish graves. It turns out it's really not about Jewish graves. It turns out this whole story is about a group of people who try to extort money from various contractors, and they basically say, well, if you pay us enough money to our favorite yeshiva, we're not going to give you trouble in the question of whether there are Jewish graves located here or not. And some contractors said they weren't willing to pay the hush money, especially in a situation where it's not believed there are any Jewish graves whatsoever. There have been some burial caves found, but no bones have been found in the graves, or in the caves, I should say. In any case, another example of where money has once again gotten in the way of religion. It was kind of interesting tonight, a Haredi spokesman who represents the actual group that actually worries about where Jewish bones are located was asked, like the mafia, right? His answer was, it's worse than the mafia, because they're using mafia-like tactics to extort money, and they're doing it in the name of God, which is even worse. I thought a very interesting comment. Anyway, this is Mark Schulman reporting from Tel Aviv. Good night.